Happy Tifa Day, everybody. Oh man, you know I was excited for this one. And I'm not the only one. I mean, there's been plenty of hype around Tifa, and for good reason. The main one, I'd say, at least for me, is she hits like a bus. I don't know what they were thinking with her, but I'm glad they were thinking it. Observe. Did you see? And that's not even an optimal setup. Keep in mind, this Bison here is immune to all debuffs. So that means we don't have Jack on, we don't have Ignis on, we don't have the Bronze on, we got none of that. It's just straight damage from Paladin. That's it. Okay, I've worded that weird, from Paladin's auras. That was really the only thing helping Tifa out. And that root summon passive too. So it's a little something, but damn, that was like 750,000 damage right off the bat. People were asking me about Tifa rotations. I kind of talked through it a second ago, but when you use Tifa's LD, she gets her Brave and her HP attack change. And it doesn't add a turn to the turn count, and she gets instant turn right after it. So ideally, what you'd want to do, from what I gather, is you open up with that LD, and then you can HP attack, and then you can Battle Cry, which also doesn't use a turn, by the way, and you'll get a free use of it, which will battery her to full, and then she'll dump all the Brave with a bunch of hits right after it. She'll have full Brave after that and get another turn, and that's when you beat Rush, which does more damage than most burst finishers. You see that? Again, she's not even properly hooked up. We're just getting started here and she's already hitting that hard. That's amazing. So yeah, I'll be using her quite a bit. Even if she's not as turn efficient as, say, like the Terra Yang combo, I've just been super hyped for Tifa. So yeah, I'm going to use her a lot. Absolutely. So I opted to, when we get there, okay, we're there now. Okay, I wasn't sure when I did it, I forgot. Obviously go for the Garland Burst. This orb on this thing is a delay orb, so between Tifa and Garland, namely Garland, we don't really have to worry about it much. As far as Tifa's EX goes, her EX is now the worst part of her kit, and her EX isn't even bad. Like, it's a double HP dump into a launch with a turn delay. So you do all that, and that's your worst skill. Yeah, she's very stacked. So this Bison is about half dead, and we are 15 actions in, and that's it. We're making very good time. I opted for Odin too, because again, with the no debuffs thing, figured unlocking the Odin passive would be really helpful right off the bat. That's why I brought the Root Belt. And you know what? I'm surprised I didn't do this. You'll see it with my next team. I don't want to give it all away yet, but this is the first LUFENIA in a long time where I didn't use the Jack call. Actually, that's not true. I don't think I used it for Kadajas either because constant cleansing, but I don't want to talk about the camels. In general, though, I'm always rocking Jack, but not this time. We didn't really seem to need him. I will say, and again, people are going to be like, well, you have synergy. Okay, well, I'm talking about just my experience with this thing, because I only did it, here, and that's it. I haven't tried any other comps yet. But with what I was able to bring, this was by far the easiest boss rush yet, in my opinion. Now, maybe that probably won't be the case with other people swapped out. I'm looking at you, Tifa. Like, not having her there, it'll probably make it harder, but I've already seen some people do it without her. Yeah, Terra Yang together is very popular for this, obviously. I've seen a Squall clear here and there. Seen a lot of Kuja in Wave 2 because of the, not Wave 2, in Party 2. Because for Wave 3, that orb is a magic brave damage orb. So I guess Kuja's a decent pick. Oh, and they're weak to Holy too, so that's why Kuja's good. He enchants everybody with Holy, and he deals with the orb. Yeah, Kuja's a solid pick for this stage. Which I guess is appropriate, because you fight Soul Cages. Kuja owning the Soul Cage. That just seems like that should be the case. Okay, bye-bye Bison. Is anybody else sick of fighting these things yet? It's not like they're difficult. It just seems like they feature them a lot. But, you know, not to worry. They don't pose a threat. I mean, there's nothing unique about them. Like, they do what they've always done. And I believe their orb is just melee brave damage, I think. Or maybe it's just physical brave damage. It's whatever their orb is, it's very easy to fulfill the condition, at least with what we got here. Jesus! That should be illegal. But I'm so happy it's not. Okay, there's that HP attack I was talking about. Then she can battle cry. Look, turns are still 22. She just did all that. You want to try to, I mean, this is kind of the case for a lot of characters, but it helps Tifa a lot. You want to try to use her stuff, namely her LD, when you have a decent amount of battery. Because she batteries in between on all those ridiculous hits, and I believe it's based off of that first hit. Like, it's kind of like Garland's EX, where that first hit really counts, and then every subsequent, I can't even talk, every subsequent hit afterwards, it kind of scales off that first one. So, it seems to be working out. Did you think you were getting a turn? Because you are definitely not. Let's go. I don't remember if I mentioned this or not, but the reason I brought Paladin Cecil is because of the first wave. Since I wanted some kind of support, some kind of damage amplifier, and when they made that first wave completely debuff immune, that cuts out some of the really good ones. Like, I was thinking about bringing Dark Knight Cecil. In fact, I probably would have, but I don't really want to use a Dark Knight Cecil that can apply HP damage up. It probably would have been fine either way, but I feel like this would have just been more consistent and more helpful for everyone else. Bringing Paladin instead of Dark Knight. Sarah too, I mean, you know, all those auras, the HP damage up, that's unlocked through having 3 debuffs on the target, which you're not going to do against that Bison. She does work for this boss row. Boss row. She does work for this boss rush, though. I've seen some people use her. Even though the last wave is, I believe it's magic. Yeah, the last wave is magic resist and completely immune to elemental imperil. But Sarah probably doesn't care much. She just batteries and everything anyways. And you're not really bringing her for the damage she does. You're bringing her for the damage everybody else does. Which she will still be able to do even if she herself can't hit that hard. So that's cool. Done. Okay. I didn't even see how much health he had. That might have been too much for that little bit of health there. I don't even see how much he had. But I know that can take out like 15%. That Tifa LD. Alright, we got the trees, the soul cages, the harbingers of mist. We should get them the hell off of us. So yeah, just... You know what, Tifa? You can take the rest of the turns for this team. You can have all of them. That would be ideal. So how about we... No, we battle cry first. Look, she still has full brave, even though she hit all that. That's amazing. So we get turn rate off this, so she can go again. Which means we can battle cry into beat rush, and then this team can leave. After putting in exceptional work, they did amazing. A little worried though. Like I said, this orb is magic damage, and we don't have any of that. Okay, 500,000, good enough. I believe it's that time though. Congratulations guys, you killed it. but it's time to move on. Here we go. This is an interesting setup because I didn't know this until I did this, but Yang does not do follow-up attacks if people aren't hit. So, with his counterattacks, I mean. So, what I was hoping was that they would swing, they'd miss Galuf, he'd counter twice, and then Yang would do his thing. Like all within an off turn. But it doesn't work that way. However, it doesn't really matter if Yang is countering or not, because one, Galuf has the counters covered, and two, Yang is still doing Yang things all up until their turns anyway. You know, everybody else attacks, he attacks. So you add his off turns with Galuf's off turns, and the rest of this is going to just go down. We are in a position where if we don't burst, we're dead. They have one turn left on the orb. So the plan here, yeah, because I didn't really bring magic aside from that Kuja call a second ago to just increase the orb a little bit. It didn't help much, but just enough to get me kind of set up to go into this. Alright. It should get rid of... Yeah, your orb's gone. Perfect. And we got to do the same to you before we get out of this burst, or we're dead. Which I think we can do, no problem. I just realized that in this video for Bartz, and that's because he doesn't need one at all. His rotation is kind of all over. You can kind of just interchange everything he does, it seems. I mean, ideally, you'd want to go in when the skills are plus, like when they're mastered, which I didn't have time to do. But it doesn't matter much. Follow up. See how close that was? We even heard the orb sound and everything. Nothing to worry about, though. So I'm not gonna lie, I haven't looked at event schedules past this. Okay, that's a lie. I have. I've looked at calendars. And when I'm looking at the calendar, I'm like, oh, okay, I'd like to pull this and that and this. Oh, what's coming here? Oh, I better save around then. Like, I better keep that in mind. Like, that's what I'm telling myself. And then the second I look away from the calendar, I completely forget everything that was on the calendar. So I couldn't even tell you whose burst is after this. I'm sure somebody will tell me, but I just don't remember. Okay, so that's... Alright, so we're going to counter you. And yes, when you get them to 29% or lower, they do that insta-break shit. So thank you, Bartz. If he wasn't here, that could have been a serious problem. Well, not really, actually. They might have... Probably would have just swung at Galuf and then missed. And then he would have just countered and broke him. So we probably didn't need that, but it's still good for damage. There we go. Double counter. Yes. I think my favorite tanks in this game are Zack and Galuf. Like 100%. So you know me, I don't roll with tanks much, but this Galuf is something else. Does that mean he hit... Oh, okay, they hit Yang and missed Galuf, so we did get the two counters there. Make that 3. We are in phenomenal shape right now. We have 36 actions left. And then a summon and a final wave. And the final wave ain't nothing. I thought... Yeah, the final wave is the Kai Scorpions. Because they were the Kai Scorpions, I thought they were going to kind of make you bring launch here, and they're really not. Like, I thought that they'd get that green aura and start sapping health or whatever, but that didn't happen. Which is great. Okay, Gab, do your thing. HP damage up. We gotta remember to refresh the Fujin call on Yang. Would have been fine either way, but we're already pretty stacked, so we might as well just add even more on top of that. And I noticed I had a bunch of these. So in a second here, I think we can just spam them to get. We can just spam them to death. It's not even going to be much of a problem. Talking to some of the Dystopia guys, and there is kind of a meme around Dystopia. It started when Tifa got EX Plus, and it's because of a comment I got on a video a while back. It was actually the Barrett Lost chapter when Tifa debuted. And one of the first comments I got in that video, this is when barely anyone really knew who we were. Like, we had some subs back then because it was after Chaos started, but it wasn't like it was today. And somebody, one of the first comments, somebody just was do it without Tifa. Like, bro, I just got her. What do you mean? You do it without Tifa. It sounds like a personal problem. I didn't pull on Tifa to just not bring her to this. Come on. That being said, I might do a rerun without her, or without Synergy at all, and see how far we get. If I have time, we'll see. I'm going to be pretty occupied, I think, over the next couple of days. So, we'll see if I get to that. I don't even know when the next event is supposed to come out. I haven't checked, but I'll check later. I know I'm sure it's not going to be soon because these content gaps have been getting bigger, but that's okay. It's healthy for us. I also haven't brought Ifrit to a fight in forever, but I just didn't know who to bring. I figured, okay, we'll just go for more attack, I guess, but was that necessary? Probably not. Damn, Bartz. I see you. Yeah, it's so weird that you don't have to launch these things. I'm not complaining, I think that's cool. Opens up a lot more possibilities for comps, which is great. Plus, we haven't gotten a new launcher in a while. Who was the last one? Was it Cloud? And he got his, it might have been Cloud. No, I don't remember. Yeah, you know what? He might be, actually. I'm trying to think of anyone else. You know what? Because if anyone else came out that was like a decent launcher, I would have pulled for them. And I would have used them by now, but that hasn't happened. Oh, with Synergy for these Kai Scorpions, everything comes full circle. I just remembered that. That was Synergy for this. Back in the day. Gabranth, we still have a call. We might as well just use this last. Oh, they are so dead. Oh, another good character for this is 7, for people who have her. She's really good for this. More off-turn damage and party auras and stuff. Solid pick. So we might as well just get you up in the air, even though I know it's not going to kill. It's fine. They got 3 in 1. We don't really have to strategize anymore. In fact, we don't even have to press any. I could have just pressed Auto Plus here and it would have been fine. Because you're going to try to get Galif. I don't think so. No one gets Galif. Oh, almost. Cool. Counter kill. That was painless. That was fun and painless. So maybe I'll go back with teams that will inflict more pain. More pain on me, not more pain on the bosses. More teams that will make it slightly harder for me, but we'll see about that. Alright. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'd love to see your comps, and thank you for watching.